Good morning everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. Thank you guys so much for your patience and understanding. There's been a lot going on in my life recently. Some really happy stuff and some very sad and hard things as well. But I'm back at the island now. I arrived a few days ago. Not exactly sure how to begin talking about this, but I guess I can show you guys some of the footage of everything that's happened. I've filmed a little bit of everything that's been going on, but I guess I'll start off where I left off, which was heading down for a week to go to Caroline's wedding, my sister Caroline's wedding, which was an amazing time, and it was just such a beautiful wedding. I think you guys will enjoy that footage a lot, so here it is. She's so soft, like her face. We packed our bags and our suits and headed down to my grandparents' old family farm to help get everything ready for my sister Caroline's wedding. We got a huge tent delivered and some outdoor bathrooms, and even got to hang out with our Opa and Oma during one of their daily walks. They are both in their 80s now, and it's always such an honor to be able to speak with them, to hear their stories, and to learn from their many years of wisdom. After that, I headed over to my cousin DJ's workshop. DJ and his brothers build awesome timber frame structures, and he offered to make the wedding arch for Caroline's big day. We jumped in to help.
Edit.
Hold this down here?
On the inside, right?
Yeah. Were you? Later that evening, we collected firewood so we could have some campfires and roast s'mores after the wedding. We hung lights everywhere and made sure every little detail was just right. My mom's sisters from Oregon and Ottawa are pros at wedding flowers and decorations. They brought beautiful flowers and handled all the decor.
We'll see. Right. We're just making it up as we go. I feel like Mamma Mia a little bit. It's just like coming together. We're working together as a family.
The next day we had a wedding rehearsal, which was super helpful since this was my first time being in a wedding. That evening, we gathered at my uncle's place for a rehearsal dinner with friends and family. It was really nice to finally meet the rest of Matt's family, who drove in from New York. We ended the night watching the most beautiful sunset and thinking about how amazing Caroline and Matt's wedding is going to be the next day. It's a brother's biggest wish that when his sister goes to get married, he can find somebody that can love and respect her the way that we always try to. When I first heard it was your name, we had never actually met, but I had only heard good things about you. And today, as we sit here and listen to everyone else, it only just gets reaffirmed. Caroline, you said you'd have books and books that you could say about us, and that you were thankful for having us as brothers, but we can say that 7 times over, and it wouldn't begin to say how much you've meant to us. Here come the waterworks. And done for us. You said that I was special, and I'd say the same thing to you. You were an older sister, but I couldn't begin to explain how much that truly means. anywhere we were, as long as you were there, felt like home. So thank you so much for being who you are. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to coming and visiting you guys very soon. The wedding was perfect, just like Caroline always dreamed of. I felt really honored to share how much my sister means to me and our family, and to stand as a groomsman for my new brother-in-law, Matt. I'll link the wedding video here if you want to see it. After the wedding, I went back to the island to help stock up firewood for the winter. We had about 8 cords of hardwood delivered to the marina, so I took the barge across the lake to help my parents load it. Unfortunately, I think I caught a bug at the wedding and I wasn't feeling great for a couple of days. Thankfully, my mom's ginger turmeric tea helped me bounce back just in time to see Matt and Caroline and to offload the barge before they headed off on their honeymoon. Then, right before they left, we got some heartbreaking news. My cousin Calvin was in a sea-doo accident on the St. Lawrence River, and he didn't make it. He was only 21, one of the kindest people I've ever known, and one of my closest friends. I immediately left with Matt and Caroline to be with the family. For 3 nights, the northern lights lit up the heavens, and we spent time together singing, crying, and sharing memories, just trying to make sense of it all. Last week we held Calvin's funeral. Friends and family came from all over to celebrate his life and to mourn his loss. This has been one of the hardest things we have ever been through, especially for his brothers and sisters who recently lost their mom as well. Thank you, Calvin, for being such a good friend. I really appreciate our long, heartfelt conversations over the years, especially after your mom passed away. You had wisdom way beyond your years, and were such a great example to me. I'm so thankful for the times we spent together at the lake, snowmobiling in the winter and riding Sea-Doos in the summer. We've always had the best time. I'll never forget those memories, and I'll never forget you. Losing Calvin came as such a big shock to all of us. It was not something I ever thought would, happen, at least, it'll happen eventually, but he was, only a couple months older than I am. A strong, athletic, healthy 21-year-old. And such a great guy, it's somebody I've spent my whole life with ever since I can remember. All of us cousins were super close, and just spent so much time together, which I'm really happy for now, thinking back on all those memories and adventures we've been able to have with him. But yeah, it's still kind of too close for me to really talk about it. I might talk about it a little bit later, at the end of the video or something, but for now, got a lot of work to do. Winter's coming. Since I was gone for so long, you can see that fall's really progressed. When I left, it was there's just some trees starting to turn, and the colors were kind of starting to show. Now all the trees are vibrant with color, and some of them have even already lost all of their leaves. The weather's getting really cold, and winter's fast approaching. Really seems to come by really fast, so I've got a lot of work to do, mainly with firewood and heating, because everything else, isn't as important, because if I don't have heat, I can't stay here. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working on splitting and stacking this hardwood that we dropped off earlier. Calvin was actually here during that, if you guys remember. So as I'm splitting it, I'm remembering all of that, and it was just a great time. So kind of a mix of emotions as I work on this project, but I'm going to need some softwood. This hardwood's obviously great, long lasting, burns hot, and really good. It's just kind of hard to start fires with it, so I'll need to find some softwood. There's a few fallen trees of pine on the other side of the island, so I'll probably harvest that a little bit later in the day. But for now, I just got to keep working on this and get as much done today as I can. I think tomorrow is raining, so I really want to get most of this done today. So yeah, let's get right to it. Again, thank you guys for your patience and understanding with this whole thing. I really appreciate it, and it really helps a lot. So let's get to work.
How are you? You're my good friend.
Sit. Sit. Shake.
Go, 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 go. Take it.
So now that all the wood is all cut up, there's actually a lot here. Probably, you know, at least 5 quarts or so. So I'm going to start collecting some of it. I originally planned on taking the barge. Lando, it's fine. Wait, it's okay. I originally planned on taking the barge, but as you can see, it's very shallow in this cove, where even the Legend sliding up can only make it to about here, and it's a bit rocky. So not the best situation, but I should be able to take a couple of these logs at a time. And although this is going to take a while to get all across, my goal for today is just to get enough and split enough to fill my little wood station in front of the cabin, and then I can deal with the rest at a later time, maybe when Peter's back. So yeah, I placed a little log right here. You can't really see it, it's just one of the logs. Set it down on the ground so I have a little step to get to the boat. And then I'm gonna lay some tarps inside the boat to keep it from damaging it. Although I'll try to set them down as softly as I can. Lando, it's okay, bud. I know you're stuck on shore, but it's okay. Wow, that would have been bad. Whew. I think that should be enough to fill it. Worst case, we can come back and get more. Whew, it's rocky. Didn't tie that up very good. As you've probably noticed, I'm splitting the firewood into smaller pieces than I usually would. Just because the fireplace I have inside this cabin compared to in the family cabin is quite a bit smaller. There isn't much room in there. So even while we're cutting these, we kept that in mind and made the firewood pieces shorter than usual. And then this one's a bit small, but something a little bit bigger than this is about the max size I'd put in there. So it takes a little bit more time, but it'll definitely make it a lot easier on those cold nights when I'm trying to light a fire. I'm going to be boarding up the window above the firewood, just so then I can stack more higher without worrying about breaking the window. It's a pretty big screw, so that's probably as far as I'm going to go. I only need about 2 to 3 logs, or 2 to 3 pieces, to get the place warm, and it stays warm almost all day. It's only at like 5 in the morning that I start to feel it getting chilly, but in the really cold winter days, I'll probably set an alarm for like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then wake up and throw a few more pieces on, so that when I get dressed in the morning, I'm not freezing my butt off. So yeah, it was a good bit of work we got done. Not as much as I wanted to, but it's just been hard to stay focused on this with everything that's been going on. But tonight, I think I'm just going to enjoy myself being back at the cabin, get a cozy fire going, you know, play some nice music, and maybe read a book. Wow. Today though is a lot colder than it has been. Yesterday when we were cutting the wood, it was a lot warmer than this. I was actually sweating, so I had to strip down to a long sleeve. Today is like winter weather. I think it's only like 3 degrees or something, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow is going to be the first time that we get down to 0, which is a little bit early, but I'm kind of a cold weather guy anyways, so it doesn't bother me too much. So another thing, very simple thing that I'm doing to combat the colder weather that's blowing in is I moved my bedding to the top bunk. I'm not sure if it actually makes a difference, but you know, you always hear that heat rises, so we'll see if it's a bit warmer up here than it is on the bottom bunk. All my clothes are scattered right now because I'm reorganizing with these little like clothing boxes, foldable boxes, to try and, you know, keep space in the cabin. Since it is pretty small, you need every inch you can get, so that might help a little bit. But yeah, I'll let you guys know in the next video if it's actually warmer up here or not. Another thing I got working is an Apple TV. I don't really watch movies on this because I have so many VHSs and I prefer like the static noise and everything about a VHS more. But having YouTube's pretty nice. There's one thing I'll show you guys a little bit later that I've kind of been on recently on YouTube. I don't think I can play it, but I can at least show you guys like the video so you can try it out. Just lit a fire in here, starting to get it nice and warm. And I'll be back to you guys once I finish up a few more things around the cabin. Just getting this place, you know, reopening it up, making sure everything's clean for when I stay here again. Man, my hair is so stiff. Ugh. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up the video. Man, it feels good to be back up here spending another night in the cabin. Like I've said a couple times on the channel, I'm going to be up here all winter, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now that this cold weather's coming in, I'm getting like nostalgic for 2 winters ago when we did all of winter up here. So yeah, gonna continue working on the projects. I will be working on the cabin build out there as well. Even though it's getting colder, like I might not be able to like foam and stuff, but I'll be able to continue building the walls and maybe even the roof. So big delay on that, but I'm excited to get back working on it. And I also want to do some camping. Definitely going to do more camping this winter and fall. Hopefully I can get a couple of my cousins up and do like group camping and stuff, because it's always funner when you're together. But again, just thank you guys so much for your patience these past couple weeks and for understanding my whole situation. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and hope you'll stay tuned for upcoming videos. Hopefully now, as long as nothing else happens, I'll be able to get a video out every Sunday like always. Well, I think I'm going to go to bed now. I still have a couple hours of editing to do before I upload for tomorrow. But after that, I'm going to go lights out, and I will see you guys next week.